Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with a new Viking Orations. Got another review for you today, and this time I'm going to be talking about the debut album from the band Multiwomb, entitled Anatomy of Gorelust, out now through Grave Island Records. And if you're not familiar with Multiwomb, they are an Indonesian brutal death metal slash gore grind band, been around since 2025, featuring, I'm probably going to totally butcher these names, but Rama on the drums, Bintang on guitars and bass, and finally Gus Donald on vocals. As I said, this is their debut album. It is 9 tracks and just a little under 27 minutes in length. And this relatively new band, though, the members themselves have actually got quite a bunch of other bands to their credits. Were really completely unknown to me until I received the promo for the album here. Though I had been seeing the artwork kind of floating around on Facebook and other places, so the artwork was definitely catching my eye. But then once I got the promo and I saw that they were from Indonesia, it kind of had this right away I had kind of an expectation what this was going to sound like, because bands from that area, from Indonesia, the Philippines, and that kind of general area, kind of have that, sound that you kind of expect with, ultra guttural burped vocals, high pingy snares, blast beat city. I mean, that's kind of what you go into it thinking that's what it's going to sound like. But once I start listening to this, these guys really surprised me because they definitely delivered something completely different. The drums definitely have that dying fetus style snare sound to them. It's not that annoying ping I associate with Indonesian brutal death metal, as I said, and they're not a total blast fest either, much as I expected. Yet you still get lots of fast double bass and blast beats. You get some other nice patterns, rolls, and fills thrown in here. So he kind of keeps things not being so one-dimensional. So he kind of changes things up a little bit, which is really nice. The bass, while not really standing out too much in the mix, definitely provides some heft to all of these songs that really works in tandem with the guitars. Just kind of make everything sound so nice and heavy and dense. Though it does kind of come through a bit more here and there in certain spots. And when you do hear it, it's got this nice, thick, fuzzy sounding tone to it. The guitars on this thing are just dirty sounding. They have this heavy, crunchy tone. They alternate between these, nice fast-paced riffing to these more heavy, chugged grooves with some pinch harmonics. And it's usually during those grooves that I was really starting to get a bit of a Mortician vibe from their, overall sound. Yeah, really solid in that department. Gus's vocals, again, don't fit the general mold for Indonesian brutal death metal, and that you're expecting those guttural kind of burped vocals, but in here he actually opts for a more powerful mid-range growl, a little bit more intelligible than you would expect with this style of music. And he even throws in these just nasty sounding screams at times. They sound very phlegmy. Yeah, I thought, overall, while not exactly reinventing the wheel in terms of brutal death metal, these guys have still put out a very solid debut offering without all of the tropes you expect from bands that are from their area. One look at the absolutely just sick-looking artwork, you know what to expect. And for almost 27 minutes, these guys deliver a savage beatdown without really little let up. Excuse me, or mercy, I have to say. Definitely worth checking out if you like bands like Veracity, Piamia, bands of that ilk. Definitely go check out Multiwomb. I give this an 8.5 out of 10. I will leave a link down below so you can check this out for yourself and pick up a copy. So yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.